Dolly's Factory. You've probably seen it on the channel recently. A lot of games, and a lot of rounds, a lot of good amount of videos. But if you've seen the most recent one of Dolly's Factory, you'll probably understand why I'm making this video. It's because Dolly's Factory is poor. Now, I don't want to sound super rude or anything, but just here to lighten up the mood a bit, you know? I don't think it's bad, so to say. Well, I'm just gonna get straight into it. There's really no reason to delay. So, Freja, I think that was the name. They are the lead developer and programmer for Dolly's Factory. And they recently put out an announcement saying the end of Dolly's Factory. Hi all, not a happy announcement this time around. Dolly's Factory is coming to an end today. Development is permanently suspended due to a lack of funds. We thank our backers, Carlos and Carla, for the financial support and direction that they have provided to the team since the project started. And we thank anyone who chose to support us on Patreon or in-game during the very short window these options have been available. We are all extremely saddened by this news, and there is no hope for the product to be revived at this point. We tried our best to keep it running, and we tried to ask for the community support, but various decisions in our company ethos proved incompatible with the Roblox ecosystem. We don't blame anyone or anything for this ultimate failure to endure. The team has loved working together, and we have loved creating things for this community. In our ups and downs, you all have been extremely supportive. We're so proud of what this game has become, forgiving an abundance of minor issues, and we wouldn't have changed anything. A personal message from me to the entire team, developers, moderators, and all. We have grown so incredibly much together, working on this game, dedicating ourselves to it, and loving our co-workers. To every single developer, your work has continuously blown me away. Bugs or no bugs, you have created content and features that you should all be extremely proud of for the rest of your careers. But there is so much ahead of all of you. I can't name a single person on the team to who I don't attribute an incredible skill, talent, and desire to improve. To every single moderator, I am infinitely grateful for your contributions to this community and helping keep this place civil, open, and friendly. To every single tester, you have contributed your knowledge and thoughts and experience to making Dolly's Factory a better game. Your impact has been felt by so many people. To every single wiki maintainer, active chatter, and run organizer, you have shaped this community and made it a better place. Your hours and your efforts have changed people's experiences for the better. And to close, I don't think I speak just for myself when I say that Dolly's Factory has shaped us. For me, it has been a year here. For some, it has been less or more. But still, I will remember this experience with such incredible fondness for the rest of my life. It has made me a better person and taught me so much. P.S. Tick Crystal, I'm so sorry you never got to finish your fish plushie. I'm so sorry you never got your fish plushie. Whilst we'll be shutting down most parts of the Discord server, we'll leave open thank you and goodbye, a server to, well, say thank you and goodbye, the chat room, which is the general chat, and follow the devs, which is for the developers to post all their social links so that you can, maybe hire them or see what they're about. Please specifically keep an eye on follow the devs as they may share their social links to support them or upcoming projects. Please do not harass or contact any individual developer. If you would like to submit a media inquiry, please send a message to Freja, which is, the person herself. If you would like to hire any of our extremely talented team, full-time, part-time, USD roles, please send a message to her advising all team roles or Winta, the 3D animation, if you would like to submit an asset acquisition and just a bunch of stuff. And then Dolly at the end. Dolly's Factory is still available to play forever, but it will never be updated again. Thank you and goodbye. And they linked Dolly's Factory game. You'd think that'd be it, but we still have to remember that they were posting a lot of stuff when it got here. So there's a lot of people that had a lot of they were unsure of what this happened they want to answer. So another message on the 15th of this month, Okay, I'm seeing a lot of negative and false statements being spread. The game's IP is controlled by an entity that no longer wants to develop the game because they have run out of funds. Whilst the development team would love to continue, we simply cannot afford to and genuinely are not allowed to. We may release a final patch to return the game to a working state, but we are no longer making any money off of Dolly's. The Patreon will be shut down. Whilst it definitely wasn't no fault, it also isn't attributable to anyone specific. There also wasn't anything nefarious, secret, controversial, or shady about the shutdown. Myself and the leads were told on Friday. The rest of the team was told 30 minutes before I posted the announcement. Due to us not owning the IP, we cannot continue an offshoot and we cannot solicit any investments or pledges to a fund for development. Basically, there was nothing we could have done. I'm sorry, and we are also sad, but do not go spreading allegations with the dev team. Yes, please do not go say the dev team has some mutiny in their leagues. All Patreon tiers have been removed. Please do not give us any more money there. Feel free to purchase things in game, but lol, like it's likely that sale will never end if we never update the game again, which is technically fair. All skins will just be permanently 20 to 50% off if the game never gets updated. But they did put a message yesterday saying, for everyone who was here, be a reminder, I think he meant to say reminded, you did your part. We did ours. We cannot thank you all for your support and kindness. We loved every single one of you and we cannot describe it. Always remember that new chapters will unlock for all the developers and myself. Nothing has ever gone. You did great supporting us. Never forget your stars. And then they recently put out another announcement. Thank you for everyone's love and support for as long as Dolly's Factory has been around. In regard to the Discord server, it will stay up, but there will only be a limited amount of channels that will be accessible, such as chat room, general art forums, and a VC. There may be more, but that's the main stuff. While the majority will be view only for archival purposes or fully removed. And that's all that is in the announcements. Now, before you think it's done, they actually released a ton, and I mean a ton, of behind the scenes sneak peeks that were supposed to be released eventually, but because the game isn't going to be updated again, there's really no point in keeping the sneak peek. So let's go through them all. Hello, benefits. I figured it would be nice to show you all some concepts I've made that were waiting to be done. I'll put a little explanation with each one, so stay here while I update one by one. Starting with something a lot of you wanted to see, Reject Dolly. This is Reject Dolly's concept art and a second version of it. You know, they were still in the process of how do we want to make Reject Dolly, but of course, it's never going to happen. Next are these two unreleased plushies. They are Galaxia and Solian. I really love them. They're in concept, so I don't want to say anything, but me personally, I think the Galaxy one's pretty interesting, but the Sun one's kind of mid, if I'm being honest. But again, you can see these photos for yourself and their reject forms. I don't really think I need to go over it. Another unreleased one, she is Blobbly. This was just the second draft for her because we were still deciding a lot of stuff about her design. There was still a long way to go design-wise. So currently, I actually like the way she looks, Maybe, yes, I do think you could maybe, set some things here and there. But of course, it is a concept. It's never going to get updated again. So it is what it is. And finally, some redesigns for already existing plushies. New theme, new Reject Triton, and new Reject Doug. And a space skin for them. So, Thim, over here, I actually really like this design. It makes it a whole lot less bland, shows what he wants to be, and his, with some color on the sides, it makes sense. And he's apparently no longer bald. For Reject Triton, I've never really been a big fan of Triton's design, but it is what it is. You can read it there if you want. And of course, Reject Doug, I think it looks ugly as freak. I like the original, at least I keep the original design of Reject Doug. I really, really like that design. I don't really like this one as much, but, It's not like it's gonna happen anyways. And of course, the Thim Space Captain skin it was going to get is just a Space Captain. Hiya! If you didn't know, I was responsible for all the teasers and cutscenes on our socials and in-game. Here's an animatic idea for the plushie / Reject Galaxia teaser. A little rough since it was planned to move into production with Dolly and Galaxia being animated and actual sets to work on. Of course, here's the teaser itself. I like the idea of the teaser, but again, we're never gonna get to see what actually happens. It is what it is. Hey, you guys don't know me, but I was UI lead and responsible for UI and cosmetic stuff. Before I go, I want to share with you some of my favorite skin concepts. And no, I don't hate Queenie. She was just so hard to make anything work on that model, Lamau. And then obviously you have Cinnabon Bunny constellation. You have a Cinnabon, more Cinnabon skins, a Triton skin, Jelly Bell skin, and Maestro skin. Just the concept arts for potential and current and future skins, etc. These look really nice. Good job. More stuff to look at, which is of course, a possible additions to the lobby, which was the summer event. A new quick play system, which actually looks really good. A Dolly sticker. I don't know what the hell that is. And of course the thing, I guess you didn't notice, it was already posted. Unreleased pillow lore. So for this pillow lore, it seems to be about Dolly and the Spinettes. All the Spinettes working on the new plushie design and everything, since in lore Spinette is the seamstress, so to speak. And of course right after is the 6th installment of the Inspection Day video. Of course it is fully done. I would imagine it was supposed to be released soon enough, but alas, we'll never get to see it happen. And then afterwards, yet another comic of the plushies being made by Dolly, and that's all we had. Later though, they posted How to Make a Friend #1, which was a new comic series about Dolly just conceptualizing how to make a plushie, and that was it. Hi everyone, we, the UI team, were working on some UI changes. Thought you might want to see some of the things we had for you. Obviously, here we got the new UI for upgrading, which was kind of a similar idea to BTD6, where after leveling up, you would just get a character. You don't have to pay for stuffings to get this and that. You would just get the character, which is honestly really nice. I like it a lot. And of course, it tells you like the stats, abilities, and you no longer have to do anything. Well, it seems here that Coda apparently got a stat reward, which meant that a lot of other plushies might have also gotten stat reworks, but again, never coming into the game. And then over here we have the way, we have another Cinnabon stat rework, which is going to have high stamina and high speed, moderate efficiency. Oh, these are S tier stats. What the hell? Like, yes, low stealth and decent health, but that's pretty good extraction speed for a runner with really good speeds and really high stamina. What the hell? Who's gonna balance? Who said this was balanced? What the freak? She needs less health or something. Holy. Anyway, no, never mind. It's Coda stats, but those are placeholder stats. Okay, I just read the abilities. I'm dumb. I'm sorry. And then of course it just, lore stuff was not gonna be added to the game anymore. But new system, new interesting. This is really cool. I like the way the UI works. You can read all this stuff. Since I'm not too interested in it, but if it interests you, it interests you. Moving on, there's a whole lot more UI, such as possible, I want to say, plushies, either UGC or plushies, but these are really good. I wish I had that Spinette one. God damn. Anyway, we also have Robux related items. These should have been in the game already. I don't know why. Okay, one of the main reasons was that they didn't have any donation board or really much to actually purchase in the game. There should have, I'm not saying that the game should have been a cash grab or anything, but they really should have monetized a lot more, such as adding more purchasable currency, adding some. Again, before you get flying at me, I am fine with Robux locked skins. It's fine as long as all the good skins aren't locked behind Robux and all the crappy skins are what we get for free. No, for example, if you lock the event skins behind Robux when the event was gone, perfectly fine. You still have really cool skins like Spinette Horse, and I don't have any other skins besides Spinette Horse, but you get the idea. I really like the skins, and one of the main things was that they didn't push for more monetization, which obviously is a good thing, but at the same time, if you are going to have, if you know that there isn't much to buy, you should at the very least have some sort of extra monetization. Like that support the game. Probably should have been there day one, but what do I know? We also have conceptual skins for Rocky, Doug, and Felicia. God damn, Felicia, holy, that looks badass. And Rocky, oh my goodness, that looks so bad apples. And then obviously the same for Triton and Jilly Bell. Oh my god, I wish these skins were in here, bro. This is so good. And of course, more UI, which is plushies, charms, a lot of stuff. This is very interesting, but of course we'll never be able to see it in games, codes, characters, etc. And there was apparently a released asset for Mackerel. I guess it's either, I would imagine this is supposed to be a map of some sort, but again, never gonna happen. And the last thing added into the sneak peeks is the train decorations, being able to just to customize how the train will look like, which is a really cool design. And of course that's everything. Now they did release one more pillow lore, and since the game is no longer existing per se, we're able to look on it. So we have inspection day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and of course the last one being added onto there, and the scripts 4, 7, 8, and 9. You can read them if you want. And of course the very last pillow lore is actually just the newspaper and a specific plushie design to give you news about pillow lore, that I would imagine would be that if you aren't in the Discord or on social, you just play the game, it'll tell you right there. Moving on, we have Follow the Devs. Follow the Devs is just an entire And I'm not gonna go through everything, but it's just all the devs posting their hey, I exist, and then whatever this is. We have thank you and goodbye, self-explanatory. Just a bunch of people saying I will miss you and thank you for inviting them to the community. And lastly, the Dolly's Factory fan servers invites, which is for some reason I've seen a lot of Dandy's World more than Dolly's Factory, but it is what it is. And of course, that is, well, that's everything. There's also videotapes, people saying the game is done. Some are apparently going to stay until the game eventually dies out. And, well, that's really all I can say. And with that, that's everything they posted. If they post more, I'll post it on the channel, but like on the posts, but otherwise there's nothing else to say, nothing else to do, and nothing else to look forward to. Eventually the game will die out. There'll be no more content creators making videos in the game. No more artists making fan art of the game. No more sneak peeks of upcoming content. No more pillow lore for the characters. And no more Dolly's Factory. Now, I'm not done yet. There's still an entire rant I have to do, because, the entire point of the video is about the end of Dolly's Factory. I don't want this video to be an hour long. I really hope not, but from what it looks like, it's not that bad. Might be like 30 minutes, probably more or less, we'll see. But anyway, now, Dolly's Factory. If you've seen the two videos, you can skip this part. I will put a timestamp. But if you haven't, at first, I thought Dolly's Factory was just another Dandy's World clone. Just like, it's got its like niche here and there, but overall, like, it's just another Dandy's World thing. I've played it more and more. At first, I was like, what's the difference? And then I started playing with other characters. I was like, wait, there's the difference. The game's actually fun. The game is more balanced. The game has stuff, not just the same bland, beige, colorless, whatever you want to call it. Do the machine and leave. There's bosses. There's other stuff apart from machines, chase themes, in general, unique monsters here and there. I was wrong about Dolly's Factory. Dolly's Factory wasn't a rip-off or a clone or this and that. Dolly's Factory is its own game. Matter of fact, apparently, I'll put it up on. I'll put it on some screen if it's confirmed or not. But apparently, Dolly's Factory came out before Dandy's World. So realistically, that would probably mean Dandy's World would be the clone of Dolly's Factory. Of course, that's not true, but you get the idea. It's interesting to think that Dandy's World popped off, but Dolly's Factory didn't. I think the main thing was that Quelver was already known in the development industry with Tower Heroes, with Bear Tower. I don't remember the game. It's up there. But I mean, like with Dolly's Factory, never heard of them. Never heard who they were. Never seen them before in the community. I just got into the game, and just as I got into the game ends. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend I'm like depressed, super sad, like, oh, Dolly's Factory. Because yes, I was welcome into the community. Don't get me wrong. I appreciate everyone saying, hey, you're a cool person. We would like to see you in the community. That's nice. I appreciate it. But it's not like I've been there for months or even a month or year. At most, I've been there 2 weeks. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I, I'm going to sulk and cry over Dolly's Factory a lot or at all. you know, because at the end of the day, I am a content creator. I create variety Roblox games. I make videos on a variety of Roblox games and even games outside of Roblox if I can, which I might do more soon. But with the upcoming updates on the Roblox games, you get the idea. Dolly's Factory. While yes, I did want to become a content creator for the game, I wanted to make more content for the game. That's not going to happen anymore. And with that, I don't really, since I really wasn't, I didn't put a lot of effort into the community. What do I have to really say that I did for the community? Why do I need to feel this burden for something I barely to not even became a part of yet, Again, I don't want to sound like bad or, you developers, better luck next time. No, I don't want to be so rude or anything, but at the same time, I'm 17, I've got my own life to do, A game dies, that's their thing. I just barely started playing the game. I have almost no attachment to the game other than Spinette. Spinette's the only one that I will remember for the rest of my life, because Spinette is the literal GOAT. But everyone else, it is what it is. Again, I'm not saying that I'm gonna forget Dolly's Factory. I'm not gonna say that Dolly's Factory's downfall was deserved. I'm not gonna say that, well, better luck next time now. But I'm not going to say either that I was super into the game, because I just got into the game. I can't be super into it unless I at least put a little more effort into it, which obviously I can't entirely. I'm not going to say that I'm going to be sulking or stop making videos for a week or a couple days, because no, that's not happening. I still have other videos to do, and I still have my own life to actually get into. So I'm not going to let a game that I wasn't a part of stop me from doing other things. So with that being said, here's the dilemma. As a Dolly's Factory fan, don't get me wrong, I still really like the game. Since the game is shutting down actually, before I even finish that, let me get to another thing. There's been several, I've seen a lot of people saying, Dolly's Factory is shutting down. Oh, there's gonna be no more Dolly's Factory. The end of Dolly's Factory. Yes, there's the end of Dolly's Factory, but the game is not shutting down. It's shutting down production. Dolly's Factory will still be up forever. Yes, eventually at some point the players will leave, the game will die out, the bugs will never be fixed, and the game's code will rot because it never got updated to comply with Roblox's servers, allowing it to thrive. What I will say is that Dolly's Factory is here to stay, but it will also never change. So to those who keep saying Dolly's Factory is never gonna it's gonna get shut down, it's not getting shut down. Let me stop right there. Let me give you some sort of hope and belief. Dolly's Factory will still be playable forever and ever until Roblox updates to either have the game be, maybe taken down because the person didn't reevaluate the age check of the game, or this and that. The game will probably eventually be taken down and never played again. At the moment though, you can still play it. So that goes into the final part of this video, which is the summarization. What's the moving on? What's happening now? Now I need to explain some things. So because Dolly's Factory is no longer going to be updated, and the community will, while it can still be there, may eventually fade out, here's the thing. I will no longer be striving to become a Dolly's Factory content creator. I will not be pursuing the goals, trying to reach the requirements to become a content creator, since realistically, you can't. I will no longer be making any Dolly's Factory content. I will not be making... I may, at very rare occasions, if I ever think so, make it as background gameplay. But I will never be making any content on Dolly's Factory anymore until the game gets updated properly. Like maybe new dev team or this and that. But until then, until the game actually has a chance of being revived, there will be no more Dolly's Factory related content on this channel. No related videos, no nothing. I will still be using the Dolly's Factory OST as background music. Yes, I will still be using their music. Don't get me wrong. Here and there you'll hear Dolly's Factory, whatnot. But that does not mean that I will remake Dolly's Factory content or videos, etc. I just use their music because it's good and it's nice and it works. I will not be any future videos are now scrapped. The only one that wasn't scrapped was the reject tier list, because it was already being edited and it was almost done until the announcement came. But regardless, any future videos such as the plushie reviews like Spinette review, Linnea review, the only one that was getting ready to be done was Spinette's, but of course that's done. That's not happening anymore. Any possible USTs, I make music, quote unquote, and I make USTs and whatnot. And I'm making Danny's World USTs because I've done it already, and you guys have been waiting 5+ months for some, so my bad. But any possible Dolly's Factory USTs are now scrapped. There will not be any more. There were some concepts for USTs, but those aren't happening anymore. There will be no more. I will no longer be a part of the community, technically. I'm not going to be updating everyone on the newest pill lore or the newest this and that, even though I just said it a couple whiles ago. I might add more, but I'll add more of the things. But once the server gets gutted, I'll still be in the server, but I will no longer interact with the community until, like I said, until there's a chance for it to be revived, which again does not seem like it's going to happen. So yes, I will no longer be I will no longer be trying to see hey, has Dolly's Factory updated? Hey, this and that. If Dolly's Factory updates, it will let me know. But I'm not going to be striving or looking forward to Dolly's Factory content creators maybe saying, oh, this and that is that. And finally, Dolly's Factory going to an end means that, there will be a lot of holes, there will be a lot of unanswered questions. But you need to know that in a world like this, not every dream can come true. Not every star can stay lit. Look, you can be the most wholehearted person in the world, but you can be the most selfless person in the world. That doesn't mean that everything you do will work. The reason Quelver's game worked was because it was very heavily monetized, and she does not give a crap about her fans. Dolly's Factory didn't work because they wanted the game to be playable to the point that they barely, if at all, monetized the game. They made it purely about the fans, and that's how you go out as a hero, as someone that you can look up to, someone you can think back and be like, wow, these people knew how to make a game and knew what the community wanted, compared to other games that just want your money. They don't care. They're like, we'll ban people if they make this and that, but it never happens. They'll still keep the same. They'll still keep the same streak. Nothing will change, and it is what it is. That's Roblox games for you. Not every game can be as good as something like Piggy, as something like the Battle Breaks, etc. So overall, with that being said, this is my final message to the Dolly's Factory community. If there is any possibility that it can return, I will be there. But until then, Dolly Factory community, thank you for accepting me, for at least acknowledging me and liking what I did. You guys seriously loved my videos on the game, and that was pretty heartwarming. Now, as I've said, I'm not someone that's like super mushy or this and that, or going like, oh my god, oh, the deepest bottom of my heart. Because no, I'd be lying. You know, at the end of the day, I'm just a guy on the internet. I'm not like making. I'm not making like best friends with people I've never even seen their faces. But I still appreciate it. It's not impossible for me to appreciate what people have given me, which was an audience. So I thank you. But yes, I will no longer be making videos of the game or be interacting with the community. And that's that. So with that, I'm going to be calling it here. The last Dolly's Factory video. And it was a fun ride, even though it was just like 2 weeks. Like, what do you want from me? I just got in here. But alas, we still have Forsaken. We still have the Battle Bricks, Teletonorio, Piggy, etc. TDS. A lot of these games, Evade. There's still a lot of games that I gotta record on, that I want to play and I want to do. There may be other games like similar to other Delver games like Toons Universe. What's it called? The Twilight Zone Islands or whatever that other one was called. I don't think I'll be as connected to them as Dolly's Factory, because Dolly's Factory was very, very good. The other one seemed like crap, but I'll consider giving them a try. And yeah, that's about it. See ya. To every single tester, you have contributed your knowledge and thoughts and experience to make Dolly's Factory. Did I really just try to say Dandy's World? Oh my god, I'm so chopped. Dolly's Factory, a better game. Your impact... Oh, yeah, I have to say it all over again. Whilst it definitely wasn't no fault, it also isn't attributable to anyone specifically. There also wasn't... I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I'm going to be sulking on I keep saying Danny's World. Oh, I'm so brain rotted.
What other choice did I have?